I'm Jordan Hucht with Vision Wealth Partners, and today we're going to talk about portfolio distribution strategies, taking money out of a portfolio. For pretty much all investors, there comes a time when recurring, regular withdrawals are needed. Obviously, retirement is the most common trigger for this, but there are plenty of other circumstances that can necessitate regular withdrawals. Putting a plan together to accommodate these withdrawal needs is what we refer to as a portfolio distribution strategy. How do we do that? Well, there are a number of factors that come into play. What types of accounts are we working with? Are they taxable, pre-tax, Roth, annuities? What's the age of the investor? Are they subject to RMDs? Are there legacy needs that need to be considered? What other income sources do they have? Are they inflation adjusted? I could go on, but I think you get the point. So for the sake of this video, let's focus on a few main areas of distribution strategies. Order of withdrawals across account types, portfolio income versus withdrawal needs, and keeping a runway within a portfolio. First, let's talk about the order of withdrawals across account types. It's common for investors to have a combination of different account types with different tax consequences for withdrawals, primarily taxable, pre-tax, and Roth. In taxable, sometimes referred to as non-retirement or non-qualified accounts, there is no special tax treatment. Dividends, interest, and capital gains are taxable in the year in which they occur, regardless of whether they're reinvested or not. In traditional pre-tax retirement accounts, sometimes referred to as a qualified account, all portfolio income and growth is sheltered from current taxation. Then withdrawals are taxable as ordinary income in the year of the withdrawal. There are also required minimum withdrawals once the investor reaches age 73. In Roth accounts, assuming certain criteria are met, withdrawals are free from income tax and there are no required withdrawals. It's certainly not a one-size-fits-all model, but generally speaking, drawing from taxable accounts first and then tax-deferred accounts can be very powerful. It allows tax-deferred accounts, pre-tax and Roth, to benefit from tax deferral for as long as possible. At the same time, we need to be mindful of the future tax consequences of larger withdrawals from pre-tax accounts, so it's a balancing act. In some cases, making Roth conversions, taxable transfers of money from pre-tax accounts to Roth accounts, is a strategy that can be used to reduce the tax impact of future withdrawals from retirement accounts. Again, there are a multitude of factors that come into play, so this is a bit of an oversimplification. Next, let's talk about portfolio income and withdrawal needs. When we talk about portfolio income, we're essentially talking about dividends from stocks and interest payment from bonds, though there are certainly other types of securities that generate income. During the accumulation phase of investing, when withdrawals are not needed, portfolio income is typically reinvested to purchase additional shares of the security that paid the dividend or interest. Now, when we reach the withdrawals phase of investing, sometimes that changes and dividends and interest will be paid to cash, either to be withdrawn from the account or to accrue cash within the account. More on that later. Sometimes it's possible to design a portfolio that produces enough income to support that account's withdrawal need, and sometimes it's not. If you're able to design a portfolio that produces ample income to support the withdrawal need, you can greatly reduce or even eliminate the need to sell principal. This has tremendous advantages in weathering different market environments. If portfolio withdrawal needs exceed income, it's important to understand the extent to which shares of principal will need to be sold and manage accordingly. And in either case, being aware of the impact that inflation will have on increasing the withdrawal demand is critical. Finally, let's talk about a strategy that we use frequently for clients who need regular withdrawals. When we do comprehensive planning, we can forecast the future withdrawal needs of each account in the portfolio. As we approach that need and throughout the withdrawal cycle, we'll create and maintain an internal reserve of cash or very short-term fixed income. This provides a runway for withdrawal needs, typically 2 to 3 years worth of withdrawals. With this strategy, when we send distributions, they're coming from this internal reserve, and then we'll backfill that reserve over time with the combinations of dividends, interest, gains, etc., at strategic times based on the market environment. The main goal of this distribution strategy is to avoid the need to sell depressed investments, thereby insulating the account from market volatility. With those few examples of what goes into designing a portfolio distribution strategy, we've really only scratched the surface of what's involved. Individual circumstances are always going to dictate what we'd recommend for any given client. But no matter the circumstances, having a well-designed plan that's tested in a variety of market environments is the key to long-term success.